This is not a smart decision. I left my AFK fishing shack at nighttime, and I have to navigate through this little city. I have already killed several skeletons, but I think I'm going to make it out okay now. Welcome back, everyone, to the Realm of Vasten, episode 11. Well, let me just say, the people have spoken, and it has been a actually unanimous vote, which is astounding to me. How much you do not want to see a church built. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. I am more than happy to build a palace, and that is what we're going to be starting today. This is going to be a rather lengthy build, probably. I would imagine that this build will take many episodes probably to do because of the simple scale and size that I'm talking about doing. But first thing is we need to scout the land. Now, I have looked a little bit at the end of last episode, which was last night for me. I was recording and went into spectator mode for a screenshot, and then came over here and looked around. And I think that the really ideal location is going to be basically, well, basically this entire area. Now, I would be lying if I said that I didn't go on Google search images and looked at some palaces, because building like a desert palace is not something that I've done. And what I found is palaces are extremely similar to castles with more of a, I don't know, like a Middle Eastern flair almost. So I think that that's kind of the vibe I'm going to take. Now, there's a couple lore things to consider. And those things are, it needs to be in the, oops, sorry, notifications on my screen. It needs to be in this style here. Oh, you know what I should show you too? I did some more ruining last night. I don't know if I showed it. I can't remember if I ruined it after the last clip or before the last. I think it was after. I think it was after, but you can see up there, there's like leaves and stuff up on the roofs to really make it look like it's been ruined for quite some time. I'm pretty sure I showed that last episode. So, we're going to start the palace today. I'm going to have some landscaping that I need to do. I'm not going to flatten it out very much. Hardly at all, in fact. I like leaving the land. I like leaving the land, mountains and things like that are in the land. I like building around them because I find it's a good excuse to do interesting things with a build. I think whenever you make things flat, for me, I get lazy and I build the same exact style all the time. I think that whenever there's a mountain that you're forced to sort of deal with, I think that that is a really nice, I don't know, it forces you out of your box, you know? So for me, it forces me out of my box. I don't know about you. So here, there's two considerations that we got to think about, right? Okay, this is the main road. This is like the kingdom's main road. So there's going to be foot traffic here, and I'm not even talking about like hypothetical, like pretend, like you know, like how we could pretend like there are people living in this world, but I mean actually us, like we're going to be going on this road sometimes. So I love that you can see the racetrack through here, and that circle right there is going in the racetrack is going to be an interesting thing. Right where that cobble is, we're going to do something interesting, whether it be a tower or whether it be a redstone thing or whether it be a big tree, something, I don't know what, but I don't want to block the view too much, so we'll do something that is interesting there. However, this palace, my gut instinct would be to make the palace face that way, to face like the rest of White Sands. However, that being said, if you're walking along this road, you gotta have something good here. I can't be looking like the back wall. That's not good. So this palace is going to have two facing directions for it to really work. So the image that I found that I'm going to sort of extremely loosely sort of copy is something called like a Palace of 1,000 Domes. It's a fantasy art concept sort of piece and work, and maybe I'll show it in a different video once the building process starts. But basically today, all I want to really do is I just want to get kind of going here, and I want to grab some sandstone. I forgot about that. I want to get just kind of going and start to sort of lay out the perimeter of where it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be a wall. I think the wall of the castle is going to be kind of a wall, if you follow what I'm saying. It's going to be a it's not going to be like a defensible palace, but it's going to be a palace that could withstand maybe an uprising or an attack or something like that. Oh, I went and harvested a ton of wood yesterday with Monk because we were hoping to do some recording, actually. but my toddler did not cooperate and refused napping. Just refused. Just totally refused napping. So that's okay. You know what I could use? I could use that actually. Crafting bench. What else do I want? I don't have anything else. Maybe no, I don't. I swear that I had a chest with stuff. Let's go take a look in here. Oh, it's it's so weird for me having this have an interior. That's one of the first interiors I've done in quite some time. I would like. Oh, you know what? I should definitely take that chest. That would be helpful. I would really like to work more on interiors this season, but I say that rather frequently, and it doesn't actually happen. So, okay, look, I'm going to need sandstone. Let me go get it, and I'll meet you out at the palace grounds. Okay, I'm back. I want to show you the picture that I'm looking at, and for just very vague sort of concept art, okay? Here it is, right here. So, as you can see, it's going to fit the style really well, but I really like the domes. I like the idea of having 3 big domes up there. Oh, you can see me now. I forgot about that. I like all these spires. Now, I'm not going to copy this, you know, for sure. But I love the idea of having a little bit of water there. And now, we got to be sensitive because we do want to have a squid farm here. So the place that we're going to have the water... the squid farm has to be 128 blocks, I think, away from anywhere that I add water. I didn't bring a bed. I am an idiot. I'm gonna have to go back to my area. That's okay. We can talk. So, okay. So that's gonna be basically kind of the general idea of that. And I just found that just through Google, Google Images. Oh, hello, bed. Cool. I don't have room for you. What can I get rid of? These shears actually have unbreaking. Sand? Okay, sure. All right. Anyway, so that's going to be basically I think that's going to fit in really well with these domes. I'll probably make them out of blue, the blue concrete that we have. I think that makes a lot of sense for our district. You know, I did think about maybe using light blue instead. I don't have any ender pearls. I'm adult. That's all right. We don't need them. So, but I think I want to hold off using the light blue concrete because I'm not completely convinced that at some day in the future that light blue concrete could potentially turn into another block that we sort of realize that we need. We're like, oh crap, we need this texture, you know. Then we'll have that sort of as one of the building blocks. So here's my thinking. Here's my initial thoughts. Right, the racetrack comes down right here, and this is going to be a super nice thing. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to do a bridge across this, and now I'm going to make this river a lush river, I think, where I think this is going to be where I'm going to add grass all along here, a bunch of leaves, maybe some trees, that kind of stuff, leading into the oasis, oasis, leading to White Sands, as if nature is starting to take back over. That's going to be the basic plan here. And what I want you to do, you're coming along this way. This is the way the racetrack works. It goes this direction over there, right? So you're going to fall down here, and then I think as you make this turn, you're going to go underneath a big part of the palace. So let's build this right now, just a vague sketch. We're going to have lots of like bridges and things like this in this palace. This palace, I think, is going to be an extremely large build. This is going to be something that we're probably going to be on for, 10 or 12 or 14, 16 episodes, I would imagine. I'm just guessing. I was talking to Pride last night, fairly late, about how sometimes when you are recording videos, you think, oh, I got to finish this for this video, finish this huge project just for one video. That's insane. That's insane. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. No one on this realm is full-time YouTuber. I guess Pride is, but that also includes streaming and artwork and stuff. So I mean, this is like a fun project that we all do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I would normally put it there, 6, 7, but I'm gonna make this one bigger. This is gonna be a larger bridge. Everything in this palace is going to be larger. So the idea is you're going to come down along here and you're going to make the turn, and then you're under this bridge, and then boom, you're going to see this tree or whatever it is, and that is going to be a slime block launcher that's going to launch you up into sort of the dwarven ruins. That's going to be the idea. I love the idea that the racetrack goes through the dwarven ruins. I really love that. I know I'm saying I love my own idea, but I do. I love it. So this is going to be a very vague idea of where about this sort of bridge is going to be, and then there's going to be a tower at the end of this bridge, one of the domes, and we're going to be building a lot of domes, is it called a dome or a spire? I'm not totally sure which one it would be. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I was on the right scene, because sometimes I do that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay out, let's see. I want to keep that lava there again, because again, one of something I've talked about many times, but if you talk about mod packs, which I know it's quite a leap, right? My favorite mod pack that I have ever played is Simply Magic, which I've talked about many times. It's the first series I ever did, and I fell in love with that mod pack completely. It was so great. But the reason why I loved it is because it was a really small pack that made you think out of the box. Packs that I don't have that much fun with are packs like Infinity was actually really fun. I played Infinity a bunch of times, but giant kitchen sink packs. I liked Infinity because of the expert mode and the progression, all that stuff. But as far as like maybe a Direwolf 20 pack, and I know that pack has everything, and the reason is because it's kind of a tutorial pack. I get it, and there's a place for that, and that's great. I'm just talking my own preference here. So my preference is whenever I'm talking about building, which I'm a builder. Let's face it, I'm a builder who likes to occasionally dabble in other things, but is to limit yourself in order to expand your own creativity. That's what I find. I find that if you give me a flat plane, I'm going to build basically the same thing or a variation on the same thing every time. I'm just not that creative. But when you pencil in problems for me, like when you create issues like elevation changes, for example, or like a lava pit that I want to keep for some reason, then all of a sudden I find that it makes you be more creative than maybe otherwise you would be. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to keep this. So let's do something like this. That's why I want to keep the lava pit anyway. End of story here. Something along these lines. That's what, 3? Yeah, we'll make this part symmetrical. I'm gonna really, another thing I'm gonna strive in this palace, which is something I'm always striving for as a creative builder, is, well, not creative, trying to be a creative person, is not being symmetrical. That is always a problem of mine, honestly. Cactus, you jerk. I'm not going to be so creative as to leave the cactuses. I think they can go away. So let's go here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's fine. And don't worry, I'm not going to do a ton of this building on camera or anything like that. But I do want to do some of the laying out and just talking and some of the thoughts. Okay, so this is a good start. That is fine. Let's put in a, let's see. Just thinking about the view from both the road. And let's lay out over here. Let's lay out an entrance. Yeah, let's lay out an entrance right here on the river. Oh yeah, right on the river. That would be good. Okay, so let's go. This is close enough. I think it's good. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That sounds like a nice circle to me. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, right? I think so. 1, 2, 3, and then this will be 1. Let's see if does that line up? It does. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Okay. I think it's an okay circle. I don't care if it's an exact circle. That I think is part of the beauty of building in this sort of general style, is that you can sometimes do a little bit odder shapes, and it works really well. So let's go 1. Oh, there's a cave down there. I see. All right, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to be nice. Okay, 3. And then we go 1, 1. And then this should be, yeah, perfect. Works out great. Okay. So here is here's a circle, okay? I'm going to have to build this up. Let me build this up and take a look at a couple things, and then I'll come right back. So okay, so I should give credit to Stan Kovic, who painted that really amazing picture. Which again, if you want to find it, it's just on Google. It's not too hard to find. But Stan Kovic, a really amazing artist. Not that I searched for him by name; it just came up. So okay, so another thought that I had, and I just built that up just enough that I can kind of see where the outline is. Another thought I had is I think that when you walk down the road, maybe you should pass underneath a little part of this palace. Like you should actually walk through it. I think that would be kind of cool. Also, it might be a good place where these the folks who live here could maybe charge a toll or something. I don't know. But just an idea here. Let's make this one actually a square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't really love that. Let's do this. How about 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll be just fine. Yeah, we'll make this just a square, and this is just gonna be basically like maybe a toll house, you know, like a toll house for this bridge, perhaps. Maybe if you want to cross the river, then you have to pay a shekel, or I don't even know, like a good money amount. You have to pay an iron ingot or an iron nugget or something, you know. We do like to use things that are in the game that are Minecraft, and there is such a thing as an iron nugget, so maybe that should be the answer. So let's go up here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to build, let me see, I'll go right from here. Build basically a gate that go in 2 different directions. So one go in this way, and it's probably tall enough. Then we'll just go over here. And we'll do another, basically a toll house here. I like the idea of this being a diagonal road, but not a diagonal gate. I think that'll be a nice little contrast there. So let's drop down. Whoop, there we go. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. How's that? Good? Solid? I think so. I did not count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come through here. Okay, that's perfect. How many is this? That's 5. Okay, we'll go this way. Oops. Okay, cool. That'll be just great. Let's go one more. Just keep it the same as the other side. Boy, oh boy, boy. We are just churning through sandstone. Just when you think you have so much from digging out that hole. We still have a lot, don't get me wrong, but maybe at some point we're going to need to farm it. Hopefully it'll last until we can get a beacon in here. Not that you need a beacon for sandstone, but I think it'll just make things generally easy, especially once you get down to like the stone layer. That'll be a lot easier. So let's do across here. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Down 1. Okay. Then we'll come this. Oops. I don't really want that there. Go across here. So this is going to be the idea. The idea is going to be basically lay this out in a way that allows creative building. You know. Did I do this wrong? I did. Somehow I did this wrong. That's right there. Where's this one? That's weird. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This. This is weird. Okay. You know, let me figure this out. Build this other one. I'm just going to go basically the other way over there and build another one so that we are passing through a little triangle. And I'll come back. I somehow miscounted this. Okay, well, look, we've gotten a lot done. This took basically all morning. It took a complete morning nap from my baby. My older boy's off with my wife right now, so I had some time. But this took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. I did not expect this to take just to lay out. Not even framework. When I think of framework, I think of actual height included, and this doesn't even have height. This is just the ground framework, but this is how big I'm thinking for this palace. So here's what I want. Here's what I want from you guys, my YouTube friends. Give me any tips on this, because I have never built this. I've never built a palace before. Now, I don't think that it's that incredibly dramatically different from a castle, but if there are differences, this is where I would love some tips. So if you have any, if you've ever built this palace, a palace before, let me know. If you've ever built this one before, then we should talk, because you are in my head. Anyway, let me go up here and get a, oops, 3. Let me get an aerial view. Oh darn it! It's almost nighttime. Let me get a daytime view. Hold one second. I want to get an aerial view for a screenshot, but you know, I think, and also just take a look at the dimensions of this whole thing. I feel pretty good about it. As far as I think this is going to be a nice build. I had planned on this tower over here being a circle, but honestly, I think a square is going to be better because we have a circle over there and we have plenty of circles over here. I think that that one being a square tower is going to be cool. Yeah, I think this is nice. But that's a big palace. So the next time we are together, I'm planning on starting to build some of these towers up. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the outside towers first, and then build basically a whole interior. I don't know about doing the rooms, but I'm going to lay out the rooms and all that stuff. Then I'm going to put a roof over top of it, and then I'm going to build another layer on top of that. And that's basically how we're going to build the palace up. I'm going to try that anyway. I've never built quite like that before, but I think hopefully it will be a pretty nice, nice technique. So I need to go harvest wood and take the wood that I have harvested and start to lay down floors and stuff so we can get basically an idea. But I'll do that next time. So that's it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed just breaking ground on this project. It's gonna be a doozy, but it's what you guys wanted. So here we go, Desert Palace, episode 1. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please join my friends and like their videos and share them on your Twitter and Instagram and whatever else you guys know how to do that stuff. Bye, everyone.